Before you go any further, understand this. What you're about to hear will change the way you see reality. This is not just another explanation of the universe. This is the answer you've been searching for, the missing piece of everything you've ever questioned. Listen carefully, absorb every word, and you will never see existence the same way again. Imagine a reality where every thought, every soul, every force in existence is part of a vast interconnected structure, a cosmic framework stretching across dimensions, from the densest physical matter to the purest realms of consciousness and light. This is not about science or religion. This is about unveiling the hidden architecture of existence itself, a journey that begins in chaos and unfolds into order, guiding us to something far greater than we have ever imagined. Everything you perceive, this world, your body, your emotions, your thoughts, exists within a system of layers. Each layer is a different plane of consciousness, a different state of being. At the lowest levels, there is chaos, entropy, the formless void. But as we ascend, reality becomes more refined, more structured, more self-aware. The further we move through these layers, the closer we come to the ultimate truth, the realization of our infinite nature. This is the 12-domain universe, a mirror of our own spiritual evolution. It is the map to understanding the material world, the mind, the soul, and the higher realms beyond. If you have ever felt a pull towards something greater, if you have ever sensed that there is more to reality than what meets the eye, then you are already on this path. This is the knowledge your soul has been waiting for. To truly understand the universe, we must start at the very foundation. Not the Big Bang, not the formation of galaxies, but something far beyond that, the source. The source is not an object, not a deity, not something you can see or touch. It is pure potential, the unmanifested energy from which everything originates. It exists beyond time, beyond space, beyond even the laws of physics. The source is the foundation of all things, the ultimate creative force. Imagine it as the singularity before all creation, a state of absolute unity, where everything that will ever exist is contained in its purest, most infinite form. But creation cannot remain in unity forever. To manifest, to become, it must divide. It must separate from itself. And this is where the void comes in. The void is not empty. It is the infinite space of potential, waiting to be shaped into existence. It is the field in which creation takes place. The source and the void are not opposing forces. They are two aspects of the same reality. The source is pure energy, and the void is the space that allows that energy to take form. Together, they are the first step in the cycle of creation, dissolution, and rebirth. From the void, all possible realities emerge. Every universe, every dimension, every version of you and me exists within it, waiting to be brought into being. This is the foundation of all existence, the great cosmic stage upon which the play of life unfolds. When you meditate, when you seek higher wisdom, when you attempt to understand your true nature, what you are really doing is trying to reconnect with this source. You are peeling back the layers of illusion, stepping beyond the limits of the material world, and remembering that you are part of something far greater than yourself. This is where the journey begins, with the source and the void, the two forces that make everything else possible. But beyond them, there are higher realms, domains of pure consciousness, of divine unity, of unimaginable wisdom and light. These are the places where separation dissolves, where the soul merges once again with the infinite. We are now stepping into the highest layers of existence, the realms closest to the source itself. The highest domain is known as the Godhead, the seed of all creation. This is where the purest form of existence resides, where everything is infinite potential. There is no duality, no light or dark, no separation, only total unity with the source. To even touch this realm in meditation or thought is to touch the very essence of existence itself. In this state, time and space do not exist. There is no past, no future, no movement, only infinite consciousness, undivided and eternal. It is a paradox beyond human understanding, a place where all things and nothing exist simultaneously. It is the ultimate truth, the state to which all things will one day return. Descending from this highest domain, we enter the realm of the universal plan, the blueprint of creation. Here, the energy of the source begins to take form. It is not yet physical, not yet manifest, but it carries the patterns that will one day become galaxies, stars, planets, and even souls. It is the architect's vision before the building exists, the seed of all that will ever be. As we continue downward, we reach the domain of the Oversoul, where the first sparks of individual consciousness begin to emerge. This is where souls are born, still deeply connected to the source, but now carrying a sense of identity. This is the origin of what we might call soul groups, clusters of consciousness that will journey through time and space together, guiding and supporting one another. Lower still, we find the realm of the archangels and ascended beings. These are the forces that oversee the great workings of the universe, the guardians and guides that direct the flow of energy from the higher domains into the lower ones. They are not separate from us. They are simply more evolved versions of what we will one day become, and beneath them, the crystalline sea, the foundation of cosmic law. This is where the divine order of the universe is maintained, where the balance of creation and destruction is kept in perfect harmony. Here, the grand design is set into motion, ensuring that every soul, every world, every reality unfolds according to the principles of higher wisdom. These are not physical places. They are states of being, levels of consciousness that exist beyond the limits of our understanding. But they are real, and whether we realize it or not, we are all moving through them. Our journey, our evolution, our very existence is a process of ascending through these layers, shedding the illusions of separation and returning to the source. The higher domains are not distant realms that we will reach one day after death. They are part of us. They are accessible now, in this very moment, if we learn how to connect with them. Every time you experience a moment of pure love, pure awareness, pure unity, you are touching these realms. Every time you look beyond the physical, beyond the distractions of the material world, and glimpse something deeper, something eternal, you are remembering where you came from. This knowledge is not just for philosophers or mystics. It is the truth of your very existence. It is the path you are already walking, whether you are aware of it or not. You were never just a physical being. You were never just a mind, trapped in a body, moving through a random universe. You are something far greater, a soul on a journey, a consciousness rising through the layers of reality, a fragment of the infinite, destined to return to the source. And this journey has only just begun. Everything you have ever experienced, everything you have ever questioned, everything you have ever felt pulling at the edges of your soul. It has all been leading you to this understanding. The universe is not random. Your existence is not an accident. There is a design, an order, a path that has been unfolding since the moment you took your first breath. And whether you realize it or not, you are walking that path right now. Most people go through life unaware of this. They live trapped in a cycle of distractions, convinced that the material world is all there is. They chase after temporary things, money, status, approval, never stopping to ask why they feel an emptiness that nothing seems to fill. But the ones who begin to awaken, the ones who feel the pull of something greater, the ones who start to question everything they've been told, those are the ones who step onto the path of true understanding. This path is not about believing in something because someone told you to. It is about knowing, feeling, experiencing truth so deeply that it becomes a part of you. The journey of the soul is not a theory. It is not a concept. It is something you have lived through lifetime after lifetime, ascending, learning, evolving, moving ever closer to the ultimate realization of who and what you truly are. To understand this, you must see beyond the illusion. The material world is not the highest reality. It is only one layer of existence, a dense, physical realm where souls come to experience limitation, contrast, and growth. But this world is not where we come from, and it is not where we are destined to remain. It is a temporary stage, a place where the lessons of the soul take shape in the form of experiences, challenges, and choices. If you have ever felt that this world does not feel like home, that there is something beyond what you can see, that your soul is longing for something it cannot quite put into words, this is why. You are remembering. You are awakening to the truth that you were never just this body, never just this mind. You are something far greater, and yet most people remain asleep. They believe that life is only about survival, about working, about accumulating things that will one day fade. They do not see the patterns, the signs, the hidden connections weaving through their existence. But the moment you begin to wake up, the moment you start seeing beyond the veil, everything changes. You start noticing that nothing is random. The people who come into your life, зрение, ситуации, в которых вы находитесь, борьба, которую вы face, they не являются случайными. They are placed in your path for a reason. They are part of your journey, designed to teach you, to shape you, to guide you towards something greater. But the question is, will you recognize them? Will you see the lessons hidden in your challenges, the wisdom buried in your pain? Or will you continue to see them as obstacles, as unfair circumstances, as meaningless suffering? Because the truth is, there is no such thing as meaningless suffering. Every hardship, every loss, every moment of despair, it all serves a purpose. It is designed to break you open, to strip away the illusions, to bring you to a place where you finally start searching for something real. The soul does not evolve in comfort. It evolves through struggle, through fire, through moments that force you to ask, who am I really? Why am I here? What is my purpose? And when you begin to ask those questions, when you begin to seek, you will find that the universe has been waiting for you to wake up. It has been placing signs all around you, waiting for you to notice them. Repeating numbers, strange coincidences, vivid dreams that feel more real than waking life. These are not random. They are messages, reminders from the higher realms that you are on the right path. But the choice is always yours. You can ignore them. You can dismiss them as nothing more than chance. You can stay trapped in the illusion, telling yourself that this world is all there is. Or you can step forward. You can embrace the truth that has been calling to you since the beginning. You were never just a human being. You were never meant to live and die without understanding the deeper purpose of your existence. You are a soul on a journey, a fragment of something infinite, moving through lifetimes, through realities, through dimensions beyond what the human mind can comprehend. And now, you stand at a crossroads. You can continue living the way you always have, ignoring the whispers of your soul, burying yourself in distractions. Or you can choose to awaken. You can choose to remember. You can choose to rise, because the truth is, you have been here before. You have lived the story in other forms, in other bodies, in other times. And every time, you have been given this choice, to remain asleep or to wake up. And this time, you will choose differently. This time, you will step into your power. This time, you will break free from the illusion. Because the moment you decide to see beyond this world, the moment you choose to seek the truth, the universe will respond. Doors will open. Knowledge will find you. The things you once questioned will suddenly begin to make sense. You are not alone on this journey. There are others walking this path with you. Others who have awakened. Others who are waiting for you to realize that you have always belonged among them. You are part of something vast, something ancient, something eternal. And now, it is time to remember who you are. The journey is unfolding. The path is opening, and you are ready. There comes a moment in every soul's journey when the illusion begins to crack. When the distractions of the material world lose their grip. When the endless cycle of routine, expectations, and fear no longer satisfies the deepest part of you. And when that moment comes, when you begin to see beyond the veil, nothing can ever be the same again. You start to notice the patterns, the strange alignments, the synchronicities, the moments that feel too perfectly timed to be coincidence, the dreams that whisper truths you can't explain, the sudden knowing that a certain path, a certain person, a certain experience was always meant to be. This is not random. This is the universe speaking to you, guiding you, reminding you of something you once knew but had forgotten. Because you have been here before. You have lived countless lifetimes, walked through many realities, experienced both light and shadow, always learning, always evolving. And now, you are standing at the edge of something greater than you have ever known. A doorway into higher truth. A chance to reclaim the wisdom that has been lost. But this path is not easy. To walk it, you must be willing to unlearn everything you thought was true. You must be willing to let go of the false identities, the limiting beliefs, the comfortable lies that have kept you small. Because the truth is, you are not small. You never have been. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were never meant to simply survive. You were meant to awaken, to see, to remember. The universe is alive, conscious, infinite. Every star, every atom, every breath is part of a greater design. And within you, that same design exists. The codes of creation, the patterns of existence, the very blueprint of reality itself is woven into your being. But most people never unlock it. Most people never even realize it's there. They live inside the illusion, believing that they are separate, believing that they are powerless, believing that they are just another body in a fleeting world. But that is not who you are. You are consciousness itself. You are the observer, the creator, the infinite force that shapes reality simply by perceiving it. The thoughts you think, the energy you emit, the choices you make, they are not small. They ripple across dimensions, affecting things far beyond what the human mind can comprehend. You have always had this power. The only thing that ever stopped you was the belief that you didn't. Look at your life. Look at the moments when you felt something greater pulling at you, when you felt guided, protected, led towards something you couldn't quite explain. Those were not accidents. You have been guided since the beginning. The universe has been placing signposts on your path, waiting for you to notice them. And now, you are beginning to. But there is more to see, more to understand, more to become. Because awakening is not a single moment. It is a journey of peeling away the layers of illusion, of remembering who and what you truly are. And the deeper you go, the more you will realize that reality itself is not what you thought it was. This world, this physical realm, is only one layer. It is a dense, slowed-down version of something much greater, a training ground for the soul, a place where energy takes form, where thoughts become things, where experience is the greatest teacher. Every challenge, every joy, every loss, it is all part of the lesson. But most people never see it that way. They resist the lessons, fight against the flow, cling to the illusion that life is unfair, that suffering is meaningless, that they are victims of chance. But you are not here to live that way. You are here to wake up, to shift your perspective, to see that nothing is without purpose. Every moment of pain was a doorway to wisdom. Every struggle was a lesson in disguise. Every delay, every failure, every redirection was part of a greater plan designed to shape you into exactly who you were meant to become. And once you understand this, once you accept it, everything changes. You stop resisting. You stop questioning why things happen, and instead ask, what is this teaching me? You begin to see the hidden order beneath the chaos, the divine intelligence orchestrating every experience, every meeting, every challenge. And you begin to trust, not in blind faith, not in empty hope, but in the knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be, that everything is unfolding as it should. This is where real power begins. Because when you stop resisting life, when you stop seeing yourself as separate from the flow of the universe, you unlock something extraordinary. You begin to move differently. You begin to think differently. You begin to create differently. You step into a state of alignment where your thoughts, your actions, and the greater intelligence of the universe move as one. And in that state, miracles happen. Not miracles in the sense of something unnatural, but miracles in the sense of things unfolding effortlessly, doors opening that you never even knocked on, opportunities appearing as if by magic. Because you are no longer fighting against life. You are flowing with it. You are walking the path you were always meant to walk. And in doing so, you realize something incredible. Life was never meant to be a struggle. Struggle exists when we resist. Pain lingers when we refuse to learn. Chaos follows those who fight against the current. But the moment you stop, the moment you surrender to the greater wisdom guiding you, the moment you allow yourself to trust the process, you will feel it. A shift. A peace that was always there, hidden beneath the noise. A knowing that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, because you are. everything in your life, every moment, every person, every experience. None of it was random. It was all leading you here, to this moment, to this understanding, to this realization that you are, and always have been, part of something far greater than yourself. The path ahead is not about seeking something outside of you. It is about uncovering what has always been within. It is about remembering that you are not just in the universe is in you. That the same force that moves the stars moves through your soul. That the same intelligence that creates galaxies is shaping your journey. And once you truly know this, once you feel it deep within you, you will never see life the same way again. You will have awakened. And the journey is only just beginning. There is no going back now. Once the veil has been lifted, once you have seen beyond the illusion, nothing in this world can make you forget. You are awake now, and with that awakening comes a responsibility. The responsibility to live differently, to move differently, to see every moment through the eyes of truth, rather than the illusions you once believed in. You can no longer convince yourself that life is random. You can no longer pretend that your choices do not matter. You can no longer ignore the fact that every thought you think, every action you take, is shaping the reality you experience. The knowledge has always been there, buried beneath layers of doubt, of conditioning, of fear. But now, it is in your hands. And the question is, what will you do with it? Most people, when they begin to wake up, feel lost at first. They realize that everything they once believed about the world, about themselves, was only a fraction of the truth. They feel disconnected from those around them, from the systems they used to trust, from the version of themselves they once identified with. And this is where many turn back. They cling to the familiar, to the comfort of their old beliefs, because stepping into the unknown feels too overwhelming. But you are not here to turn back. You are here to evolve, to step fully into the power that has always been inside of you, to embrace the unknown, not as something to fear, but as something to master. The journey you are on is not meant to be easy. It is meant to strip away everything that is not truly you, to force you to let go of the false identities, the limiting beliefs, the illusions that have kept you small, because you were never small. The only thing that ever held you back was the illusion that you were. Now, you are beginning to understand that your mind is far more powerful than you ever realized. That reality itself bends to the energy you emit. That the universe is not something outside of you, controlling your fate. It is something that moves through you, responding to the frequency you hold. Look at the patterns of your life, the people you attract, the situations you find yourself in, the way events seem to unfold in cycles. Do you think this is random? Or is it a reflection of something deeper? Something you have been unconsciously creating all along? Most people are unaware of this power. They go through life reacting to circumstances, never realizing that they are the ones setting those circumstances into motion. They allow fear, doubt, and scarcity to dictate their energy, and in return, life gives them more things to fear, more things to doubt, more reasons to believe in their own limitations. But when you shift your energy, when you take control of your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, everything changes. The same way a single drop of water can create ripples across an entire ocean, a single shift in your mindset can alter the entire course of your life. You are no longer the person who waits for life to happen to them. You are the person who creates, who moves with purpose, who understands that every moment is an opportunity to align with something greater. But this power is not given freely. It must be earned. It must be cultivated through discipline, through self-awareness, through the willingness to see yourself fully, both your light and your shadow. Because true power does not come from ignoring your flaws, from pretending that darkness does not exist within you. True power comes from facing it, from acknowledging every part of yourself, from bringing awareness to the fears and doubts that have held you back, and from making the conscious decision to rise above them. There will be moments when the old version of you tries to pull you back, when the comfort of who you once were whispers that it would be easier to stop, to settle, to stay small. But that voice is not your truth. It is only a remnant of a past that no longer belongs to you. You did not wake up just to return to sleep. You did not come this far just to turn back. You are here to step fully into your potential, to embody the highest version of yourself, to walk through this life with the awareness and strength of someone who understands their purpose. The journey ahead is not one of waiting. It is one of action, of conscious creation, of mastering your mind, your energy, your frequency, so that you are no longer at the mercy of the world around you. You have already seen what happens when you live unconsciously, when you let fear dictate your choices, when you allow doubt to control your path. Now, it is time to see what happens when you take control, when you operate from intention rather than reaction, when you become the architect of your own destiny. You are no longer the person who lets life happen to them. You are the force that shapes reality itself. And the universe is waiting to see what you do next. You have crossed the threshold, and there is no going back. Once you have seen the truth, once you have felt the shift deep within your soul, the old version of you cannot exist in the same way. The illusions you once believed in no longer hold power over you. The doubts that used to keep you frozen no longer carry the same weight. You have stepped into something greater, something more expansive, something that most people will never dare to see. But this journey is not about what you have left behind. It is about what lies ahead. And what lies ahead is not comfort, not ease, not a simple path laid out before you. It is transformation. Real, undeniable transformation. The kind that reshapes your entire existence. The kind that demands you let go of everything that no longer serves you. Everything that has kept you small. Everything that is not aligned with the person you are becoming. This is where most people falter. They reach this point. They feel the pull of something greater. They taste the truth of who they really are. But then they stop. They look back at their old life, at the familiar habits, at the comfortable patterns, and they hesitate. Because stepping into the unknown is terrifying. Because becoming someone new means letting go of the identity they have clung to for so long. But you are not most people. You did not come this far just to stop here. You did not wake up just to fall back asleep. You are here because your soul is ready for more. Because you are ready to embody the highest version of yourself. Because you understand, now more than ever, that you are not here to simply exist. You are here to expand, to evolve, to rise into something beyond what you once believed was possible. But understand this: expansion is not easy. Growth does not come without struggle. Every part of you that was built on fear will resist. Every habit, every belief, every attachment that does not align with your higher self will try to pull you back. And this is the moment where you must decide. Will you be one of the few who truly step into their power? Or will you allow yourself to fall back into the patterns that have kept you from it? Because the truth is, no one is stopping you. Not the world, not your circumstances, not the people around you. The only thing that has ever stood between you and the life you are meant to live is you. Your hesitation, your fear, your unwillingness to fully commit to the path ahead. But now, you know too much to turn back. You have felt what it means to align with something greater. You have seen glimpses of the power that lies within you. And now, you have a choice. Embrace it, step fully into it, or continue to live a life that does not belong to you. This is not a question of whether you are capable. It has never been about that. You have always been capable. You have always had the strength, the wisdom, the power within you. The only thing that was ever missing was your decision. And now, it is time to decide. This is not a passive journey. This is not something that happens to you. This is something you create, something you claim, something you step into with unwavering certainty. The universe is not waiting to give you permission. It is waiting for you to take action. It is waiting for you to prove, through your choices, through your discipline, through your relentless pursuit of truth, that you are ready. So ask yourself, are you ready? Are you ready to release everything that no longer serves you? Are you ready to step into the unknown with trust, with clarity, with the deep knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be? Are you ready to stop playing small? Because the moment you say yes, the moment you fully commit, the moment you decide that nothing will stand between you and your highest potential, everything will begin to shift. Doors will open, energy will move. The path that once seemed impossible will begin to reveal itself. Because the universe does not reward hesitation, it rewards action. And now, the time for hesitation is over. There is a force within you that has been waiting to be unleashed. A power so vast, so limitless, that if you truly understood its magnitude, you would never question yourself again. This force is not something you must acquire. It is something you must remember. Something that has always been there, buried beneath layers of fear, doubt, and conditioning. The world has tried to convince you that you are small, that you are just another being wandering through life, bound by limitations, controlled by circumstances beyond your control. But deep within, you have always known that this is not the truth. You have always felt the pull toward something greater, a knowing that cannot be explained, only felt. And now, you are beginning to wake up to that knowing. You are realizing that every limitation you ever believed in was a lie. That fear is not real. It is a projection of the mind, an illusion that only holds power when you give it permission. That the life you dream of is not something far away, not something you must chase. It is already within you.